What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2024. This is episode number 35, and last episode we built this really cool truck thing that's kind of automated and goes from point A to point B to bring us ice back and forth. And we also solved our cobalt problems over at the PAM base, where we have lots of automated cobalt coming back to the base. In this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit more on this truck right here. I'm going to be giving it like a makeover so that we have a Model 2 of the truck, because there are a couple things that I thought of that I didn't think of when I was originally making this. So we're going to do that. We're also going to up the defenses a little bit more, because while this is good, what's that? Okay, that's an independent contractor. While this is good, we did get half of a reaver attack last episode at the end, and we weren't doing so hot. So I'm going to give us another bit of defense upgrade, and hopefully by the end of this one, we will be foolproof. And the reason I think that is because we're going to be adding railguns, hopefully. You know, we're going to be trying to get some actual large grid railguns that we can use in any attack that a reaver tries to do. In addition to that, is there anything else we want to do? I think that's pretty much it. We might do a little bit more with the hydrogen, since we added all that ice processing last episode. We might add a couple large grid hydrogen tanks. And then if we have any more time, we'll work on the AMG Sandstorm, because we want to get that built up. But with that said, let's go ahead and start this episode by doing the makeover of the Joshua Wilson transport truck right here. We're going to be adding a couple more tanks here, so a couple more cargo containers. We're also going to be removing this seat because we don't need it, and we're going to be someone suggested that we should get a connector on the other side as well, so we don't need to actually reverse and do our little 3-point turn that we were doing. So I think we're going to do that as well. And in fact, you know what? Maybe we'll turn the wheels on their side as well, so it looks like an actual hovercraft. Let's do all that stuff. Okay, let's get started. So I think first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it and move it out about this far away from the base, so it's not under, well, it's still kind of under there. Let's move it just a little bit farther right there, and that should be good. Then what I want to do is I want to grab, hopefully it's not moving. Yeah, I think it's fine. I want to try and build a one of these, a piston right here. We're going to be doing a fun ancient technique that Kanajashi taught me. This is the mag plate and piston technique. So we put a piston right there, build it up. We need the small steel tubes for that. There we go. And then we just need to put a mag plate on the bottom of that. And with that, we should be able to raise this vehicle off the ground, if it can actually place right here. Yep, there we go. Let's build that up. All right, there we go. So now all we need to do is we need to give this a positive velocity, let it go down, and it should start raising the car up. And in fact, I'll just let it raise up. Wait. Oh, I right-clicked. Let's just let it do its thing. We'll let it raise up to the max. And we're doing this because we want to change the wheels. So these wheels right here, we're going to completely remove, and we're going to move them 1 block forward right there. In addition to that, we're going to be turning the wheels on their side so it looks more like a hovercraft, which I think is gonna be kind of neat. So let's go ahead and get started with those wheels. How do I want to do this? Okay, I think we might use our 2x2 wheels actually for this, because they don't look that bad. So if I do something like that where I kind of go out a little bit and then put the wheel down, this should work. Now, some of you who have not seen this technique before might be wondering what the heck I'm doing. Well, if you turn these wheels to have 0 friction and then have them like this, kind of like sideways to the ground, they actually work like a hovercraft, which is already what our ship is doing here with the having 0 friction. But this will make it look a lot more like a hovercraft, which is going to be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this for all the wheels, and then I'm gonna redesign how the ship actually looks as well, give it a little bit more of a makeover to go along with these wheels. And yeah, I'll be right back once I have all the wheels in place now. Okay, there we go. All the wheels are in place now. So we have these hover wheels right here. So now what I want to do is I want to add on another 2 of these containers right here. So we're going to add another 2 on the front. So for that, we're going to remove this because we no longer need the control seat. We're not going to actually, we're going to reset the whole path, but we're not going to use a control seat for that. We're going to use a remote control and an antenna for that. We're also going to remove these buttons and the lights and anything that's on the front of this right here, because this is exactly where we're going to add that second container. So all this stuff, oh, we have a full inventory. Let's just go ahead and put some stuff back in here. Grab all this back up. Oops. There we go. And there we go. Do I want to add any more things? Because we have some space under here that we could add some more timers or whatever. You know what we never added, actually? We never added a programmable block and an action relay so that we could communicate back to our control center. So let's go ahead and add those while we're here. We'll start with our action relay, which we'll put right there, and then we'll get a programmable block, which we'll put right on the other side over here. Then on the front right here, we'll go ahead and put another one of these, which is a remote control. Okay, so with those 3 blocks, it should be able to communicate back to the control panel or the control station if it needs to. We've got Parallax telling us that they don't want us to be around. I guess that's from that dangerous Parallax encounter. But there we go. Okay, and with that, I think we're clear to add the stuff that we want to add, which are going to be some more of these. I'm going to need these to be facing upward like that, because we're going to be adding sorters on this side too, because we're going to unfortunately need to have the sorters on both sides the way we have this set up, but that should be fine. So this right here, we're going to change so that these are facing inward and we can connect them on the inside. Okay, there we go. And let's add our connecting block right there. Perfect. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. And then this right here, we're just going to copy that on this side. Okay, here we go, and that is all of our sorters here. So I've got them like kind of opposite of each other, so it's gonna look kind of cool. This just goes straight out, and this goes straight in, and I kind of like the look of that. So I just need to name these. So this is sorter in, which means this will also be sorter in. And actually what I can do is I can use Build Vision, because Build Vision has a copy settings option. I can go ahead and copy all, and then over here I can paste all. I think I have to use the new one for that. Copy settings, paste. Okay, so I think that should have copied all the settings if I look at my sorters. Yeah, so now we have 2 sorter ins on drain all. Oh no, it didn't actually copy the whitelist for ice. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll have to re-add ice right there, but it copied the setting to do filter mode whitelist, which is interesting. Okay, we've got the container in, we've got the connector in, we've got all the sorters in, and we've got pretty much everything on except for the lights. So I'm just gonna add some lights to the front and to the sides. And once we have the lights in here, we can redo the path and we should be good to go. Oh gosh, okay. Well, I disconnected it from the thing and it's now not liking life because these wheels are not set to frictionless. So give me just a second. I'm gonna set these to not create friction, and that should fix this. Friction, kablam, 0. It didn't fix it. Make it a hovercraft, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Okay, you know what? Since it's so hoppy, we're gonna remove the 2x2 wheels and we're gonna make them 3x3 because I think that's gonna solve our problem. Although maybe I should try 1x1s, because usually when people do this, they use 1x1 wheels, which are much tinier. Okay, the 1x1s are actually working pretty well. Yeah, maybe it's the 1x1s we need to use. Because the 2x2s were very hoppy, but the 1x1s seem to be fine. Which is interesting. They don't look as good, but I think that's what we have to do. Okay, to sell the effect that it is a hovercraft, I added these underglow lights that are going to be nice and blue, and I think they look decent. but yeah, there we go. I think that's going to be the ship. So let's go ahead and repaint it. So I'll do a Control-Shift paint right there, and then I'll come in with some nice, other color around here. All right, I think I have everything set up now. Oh, that's Parallax Shadow. Okay, scary. I think I have everything set up now. Other than, actually, let me really quickly set up the this thing right here. Okay, now I think I have everything set up. Oh, let me disconnect from that. All the lights are set up. I've got all the paint done. We've got the connectors and the timers all set up. So now all we have to do is remake our path over to there, which shouldn't be too hard. Okay, with the sun going down, we finally have this thing ready. So let's give it a go. Trigger now. Let's see if it makes it all the way to its path here. Yeah, it's got a little bit of trouble there, but that's fine. We just want to make sure it doesn't go into the hole, but it should make it there okay. All right, let's see if I can get over this. Nice. It does a little bit of flying, but that's fine. I'm okay with a little bit of flying. Should get sucked in right there. And perfect. Okay, let's see how much ice we have on board. I wonder if this is gonna start grabbing ice or not. It is pulling stuff rather slowly, I will say. But I mean, you can see that the ins are on, so that's good. I guess it's pulling them slowly because it's all gotta go through this this guy right there. Okay, while I'd love to sit around and wait for this to fill fully up, I think I'm gonna go ahead and send it on its way so I can see how it does. So let's get our base B takeoff. There we go. Let's go into our nice chase cam here and see how it does. Okay, a little bit of flying, that's okay. We're okay with flying, we like flying. All right, let's see how it gets into the connection here. A little bit of trouble there, but that's okay. Maybe not okay. Okay, I moved everything back just a little bit right here. And then what I think maybe I'll do is from B to A, I wonder if I can add a, what is that? That's an independent contractor. From B to A, I wonder if I can add another waypoint. If I can add like an in-between waypoint, like right here, it should slow down. Okay, here it comes, and it should go a little bit slower over here, and there we go. That's exactly what we want to see. Now let's see if it makes that connection. And there it is. Perfect. All right. And make sure that the sorters are on. They are indeed. Okay, that's what I like to see. All right, so now that that's done, we've got a second iteration of that. I think the next thing we want to do is buff up our ice stuff. So I want to get more hydrogen tanks, mainly because we need more of those. Maybe I'll throw more oxygen tanks in as well. But I'm thinking some exterior hydrogen tanks would be nice. So let's go to sleep real quick because it took us like an hour to actually do all the renovations for this thing. So let's make it daytime here. We'll go into our bedroom and sleep off the night. Alrighty, welcome to our room. Say hi to the fishes. Good night, everybody. We're gonna be going to bed and we'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. Let's get to it. Okay, so we want to add some hydrogen tanks and some oxygen tanks as well. I think we'll start with the oxygen tanks because those are going to be really easy. Let's add a bunch of them actually, because we currently only have the oxygen storage right here, and it's been full for a long time. The problem as well is that oxygen fills up a lot faster than hydrogen. Hydrogen's got 1 times 10 to the 6th, like a million liters, whereas this only has 100,000. So we need a bunch of oxygen tanks somewhere, and where else better to put them than like maybe down here? I don't know. This is not a bad spot. We have lots of room over here. I guess we could throw some over here as well. We have plenty of room sitting over here. Yeah, you know what? Let's stick some here. Let's remove all the stuff that's right here. Let's stick some backup oxygen tanks over in here. So we're gonna remove this stuff here real quick. I'll remove that as well because that's not even built up. Remove the ice from there. And then we're going to channel this block into there. Okay, we've depressurized something, but that's fine. So all this right here, this is gonna turn into, let's grab the white block because we're using white in here. I'm gonna bring this block right here around, and we're gonna make it into T-junctions all the way up to here. So we'll put, I'll fix this block up, why not? And we'll put another one right there. And then this will be T-junctions all the way down to here. So we should be able to put 1, 2, 3 oxygen tanks right there, which is a good start. Cannot withdraw steel plates. We're not out of steel plates, surely. We're out of steel plates. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do a real quick check of our iron, not iron, but ingot. Okay, we have plenty of iron. We have more iron than we know what to deal with. So let's go with a nice 20, 30,000 of this, and we'll just let it ride. We'll just get all the steel plates we would ever need. Okay, so oxygen tanks, we're gonna grab 1, 2, 3 to fill in that space right there. And that might be all we want for now. Having 3 extra oxygen tanks isn't a bad idea. So we'll right click all those and then grab all the materials we can to build these up. Gonna take a couple trips because these require a lot of large steel tubes. But we have the thing right here, so a couple trips is not anything to be worried about. And there's our third one. Okay, so 3 extra oxygen tanks, and look, they're already filling up pretty quickly. Okay, so with that, I think we might be good on oxygen. We might have to find another solution for more oxygen than this, but if we do, we might build a room just to store a bunch of oxygen. For the hydrogen tanks, what I was thinking, and I don't know why I'm taking this ladder, but I guess we never take this ladder, so it's not a bad thing. What I was thinking for the hydrogen, wait, what level do I get off at for this? I don't remember. I think we went all the way to the top. It's fine. Oh wait, do we actually have stuff here that we haven't built? Okay, you know what? Actually, little tangent here. Let's build up these speed modules because they've been here for ages, right? Let's see if we can build them up. I don't think we can from that container, but if we go to this container, we should be able to grab all the stuff we need for them. So unfortunately, it might take a couple trips doing it that way, but that's what we have to do. The reason we can't grab everything from that one container is because we've got sorters pretty much pushing everything around. There we go. That's 2 speed modules. Let's get another set of speed modules right here. All right, speed modules are built up. That's gonna eat a lot of power, but it's fine. What's the worst that can happen? And there we go. Okay, that was our little tangent. But we now have all those built up, which is good. That's gonna speed up our iron production very, very quickly. Look at this. Zoom. Let's see how much iron we have actually. How many steel plates? Oh, 3,000 already. That's pretty good. Okay, I think we're fine with that. Let me grab a couple steel plates and we'll go outside and build up these hydrogen tanks that we want. So 100 steel plates, maybe 100 interior plates, or like maybe 10 or something. I don't know. You know, some. And let's go outside. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Now, this is definitely gonna get destroyed by reavers, probably. Definitely, probably. Alrighty, so what I'm thinking is looking at the base, we have, you know, this is covered because we have all the AMG Sandstorm stuff there. We have defenses right there, but nothing really on this side. So what I'm thinking is we'll come out this side a little bit, maybe out to like here or whatever, and we'll build up some hydrogen tanks. Let's grab a normal straight piece, and I think we're gonna do it like this. So this is gonna come out this way a bunch. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do something right there. So this is gonna end up looking like, I don't know if you guys saw the 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour challenge that I did for the space station, but that's kind of what I'm going for here with something kind of similar in style. So 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, 4, 5, and then something right there. And then this is about where I'd have the hydrogen tanks, probably at this level. So where's the center block of our base, if I think about our base here? All right, so these two right here are the center blocks of our base right here. So for our hydrogen tanks, the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna have three-way ones coming up like this. So they're gonna be facing inside. They're gonna come up like that, and then we'll have our hydrogen tank on top of that. So let's grab a good old-fashioned hydrogen tank. And we're gonna grab this industrial looking one because I think it looks cool. And I think we actually did something kind of similar here on the PAM base. I don't remember, it was a long time ago. But hydrogen tanks like that with 2 block separation. And we'll probably do like 4 of them. So 1 more on either side. All right, let's see. How does the, oh, wait, hang on. This one is misplaced a little bit. Let's plop that down right there. Okay, how does that look from the main base? I don't think that looks that bad. And it's kind of far enough away that if a reaver blows it up, it's not really going to affect the main base. It's going to cause a big boom over here, but other than that, it should be fine. Energy critical. Okay, energy's critical. I'm going to real quick go to the AMG Sandstorm here to get some more. We like energy. Okay, so for now we're just gonna build these 4, I think, and we're gonna build them up to look actually pretty nice. But what we need to do now is we need to grab the barista and come through here and build all this stuff up. So what I'll do is I'll go on my build planner, I'll grab 4 industrial hydrogen tanks so we can make sure that we have all the stuff for them on the barista, and we'll try and, you know, get a bunch of those as well. So let's grab the barista here. The barista is over at the Coffini base, so we need to actually bring the barista back. Hello, barista. We're gonna grab you here real quick. Number 8, and we've got 30% hydrogen, should be enough to get back to the main base. Okay, we did overshoot it a little bit. That's my bad. And we do only have, we've used up half of our hydrogen getting over here. So it's a little dangerous, but we should be able to make it there just fine with only 10% left. All right, press number 8 to connect there and we'll start regaining our stuff. So what I wanna do is I wanna go into my weld cargo, and we'll try and withdraw everything that we can here. So that's actually going to take up most of our space already, just getting those 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring a bunch of those guys. We're going to bring as many interior plates as we possibly can. We do need more construction components, so I'm actually going to put back a couple of these and a couple of these because these actually take up a lot of weight, and we don't need that. I'm going to put back all of them actually. We don't need them. So we'll take some more of those. We'll take some more of these. And we'll take some more, we actually don't need more small steel tubes, but we will take more motors. And with that, I think that's a full container. All right, so I think we're gonna start with this stuff over here. Try and get all this stuff welded here. We should be able to get all the large containers here built up. And in fact, all the stuff under them as well, we should be able to get. There we go. So that should be all of the large containers. Nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and weld up one of these so that it doesn't fall if, you know, we remove just some blocks by accident. And let's go over here and get the connection welded up. Because this connection here is here to stay. I like how that's looking. We're able to, luckily, I think, get all of it. Pretty good. Were we able to get that bit from the other side? Is it green? It is green. Nice. Okay, let's go back in the welder. Let me check our welder cargo to see what we have left. Okay, we have steel plates, but we don't have any metal grids. Okay, so we'll come back. There's something that I want to weld that that requires metal grids. So once we get our metal grids in, we'll do that. As for this though, and I really could have welded this with the welder, but what I'm thinking is something like this. So let's. Oh, we don't have enough steel plates. Did we not grab a bunch of steel plates just now? I'm thinking we do something with the beams because I do like the beams. They look good. We're gonna do something right here. So we're gonna use our angled beam on the top, I think. And then we will do, actually, you know what? Let's do something a little different. Let's make it look a little nicer. Let's use our normal beams. We're gonna go up one further than we have to. Then we'll use our angled beams right there. Okay, once we get to the top right there, we're gonna use our angled ones to do something like this. And I think that's gonna look cool. So now what we can do is we can get a nice bit of graded catwalk in here, which is gonna end up looking pretty neat coming down this. Okay, there we go. So that's gonna be a nice little bit of catwalk. I extended that over here so you can actually get on from over here if you want to, and you can go over there. And then of course it comes down right here where you can, you know, if you're over here, you can go there. So yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty nice. Nice little bit of catwalk over here, and it's gonna continue along this way. All right, with our energy getting a little bit low, I think this is what we want to go for. So we're gonna give this our first pass here with a bunch of steel plates, then we'll add on to this and make it eventually look, you know, pretty decent. Let's go get the barista. Are these filling up, by the way? Yeah, they are. They're gonna fill up extremely slowly because we have a lot of them and they are massive. They store, was it 10 million? So it's what, 15 million? I think it's 15 million. It's an incredible amount. But yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go grab the barista. All we need is mainly steel plates actually here, and then the rest of the stuff for this. And there we go, barista is back, and let's see what we've done. All right, so this was the design I was going with for these things. So it's kind of rounded, but not as rounded as I usually do, but I think it's probably gonna be fine. And if we ever need more, we can go kind of out to the side with another one right there or another one right there. We can even do a second layer. All in all, it's gonna be all the way back there. So if a reaver attacks it, it'll explode over there. It won't explode over here, so we should be fine. Don't need these anymore telling us where the middle block is. Because now we can just look at this. I actually do want to go out on the barista again real quick because there's one thing that I promised someone that I'd do, and that is finally weld up the top of this base. Apparently it's been bothering someone in the comments that this has been unwelded for, I don't know how many episodes, 100? It's been unwelded for a long time. We're finally gonna weld it up with the stuff that we have here. So let's give it a nice weld. I mean, it's pretty telling that we've gone through many reaver attacks and none of them have actually struck the main base here. I guess they've all been targeting those decoys and stuff. All right, and with that, oh, maybe not actually. I was gonna say with that it's all welded up, but nope, we actually don't have the metal grids for just one of them. So let me go ahead and right-click that guy. We'll grab the metal grids for it and manually do it so that we can say it's all done. That would be torture for that one commenter if I just left one undone, but I'm not evil. I'll get it built up. But yeah, let's go grab this stuff now. Let's weld up the remaining bits of block that we have over here, which will be just this and the rest of the columns. All right, with that, I think we have everything welded up. So let me park the barista. I'll do a quick little paint job on the what we just built, and we should be good to go. Okay, with a little coat of paint, this is what it now looks like. We've got some lights on the walkway. We've got concrete things right there on the bottom. We've got like metallic beams here. We've got, of course, the frozen over walkway over here. We've got a nice yellow beat up looking whatever this is called, a conveyor, which I think looks pretty good. We've got the orange thing right here. We've got red lights right there so that no aircraft crashes into them. And of course we have some concrete on the bottom right here. I think it looks pretty good. Nice little coat of paint, makes it look very nice. All right, that should be good for our hydrogen for quite a while. I mean, this is only at 7%, but how much you want to bet the oxygen stuff is full already? Yep, would you look at that? The oxygen is completely full, but we shouldn't have to worry too much about it because we have, that's 5 full oxygen tanks that we have. All the remaining ice is going to go toward hydrogen, which I'm not going to complain about. All right, our final task for this episode is going to be creating a railgun turret somewhere over here that can, here, let me turn off my signals right there. They were full display. But we're going to be creating a railgun turret here that can kind of act as a main weapon to defeat any reavers that come toward us. Because currently the artillery, you know, it does pretty well. The assault cannon turrets do pretty well. But having a railgun turret, I think, would be a real good thing for our base. I don't really know where to put it. I guess we could put it like here somewhere. Okay, you know what we're going to do? Actually, here's what we're going to do. I have an idea. We're going to put our railgun turrets back here, kind of on this side of the AMG Sandstorm hangar. So we're gonna put them like right there on like a tower, kind of like that is, but a little bit shorter. And we're gonna have 2. So we're gonna have one right here, and it's gonna be able to aim anywhere. It'll be like up about this height or something. It'll be able to aim anywhere around here that there's hostile or anything. And then we'll have a second one over here. So no reaver, hopefully that's not a reaver. Okay, it's a parallax shadow. No reaver will be able to take out both of them at once. So we're gonna have 2 large grid railgun turrets. Let's get the one on the right here situated first, and then we're gonna have well, it's gonna take a lot of resources actually to bring up conveyors for this, but I guess we already have conveyors down there, so it won't be too hard to bring them up to there. So let me find a middle block that I can put this stuff at. I'll grab the thing here. We always lag a little bit whenever we get close to the AMG Sandstorm. I don't know why, but every time we go over here, we get a little bit of a lag spike when we enter. Okay, so for these towers, we're basically gonna come out this way. I'm gonna go up a block here so that I'm about that high. And then how far back do I wanna go? We don't need them to be too far back, maybe about there. And then we'll go up to maybe about there. And we'll have them situated about that high so they can pretty much shoot over these lights and stuff. So what I'll do first is under here, I'll put a conveyor block like that. And then I'll put, or do I want this actually to be, no, actually, I think I'm fine with that height. I think that's good. So I'll put it like that, and then I'll put a rotor block with the advanced rotor, which has the pass-through, and then I'll do a hinge on top of that. Do I want the hinge directly on top? Okay, I think we're gonna do it like that. So we have our rotor down there, our hinge is up here, so it'll be able to aim anywhere. I guess the only problem there is that we can only aim at 90 degrees. So, well, that shouldn't be a problem because the reavers shouldn't be like down there on the ground, right? We're not going to be attacked by rovers. And if we are, I think the normal guns can handle it, not the giant railgun. So it'll have a minimum angle of shooting at about right there, which should be fine on the horizon. I don't think anything will be really below that. And then up here should be fine. We can aim above if we need to. Okay, so that's going to be good. So we have our rotor all the way down here, and then we have a single block right there. So if we need to walk around here, we can actually have a free block underneath it, and then we'll have our aiming thing up here. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side, so we're gonna duplicate this. But let's get one built up first, and then we'll just do the second one after that. So let's start with getting this stuff built up. I'm gonna build up all these blocks, and I don't know if I have enough steel plates for all this. Probably not. But it's okay, we'll grab everything for it. Yeah, we definitely do get a little bit of lag whenever we're around the AMG Sandstorm. We really need to, we're probably not gonna have time in this episode to do any work on the AMG Sandstorm, but maybe next episode we'll do an entire AMG Sandstorm build episode where we'll try and get most of the AMG Sandstorm up and running, you know, getting this front built up, that fixed, and then doing a complete overhaul of this little section here, maybe getting that section over there welded up. Getting custom turrets back on it. Yeah, we'll do an entire AMG Sandstorm episode, and hopefully by the end of that we'll have everything ready to go. With the entire goal of, you know, eventually maybe taking off with the AMG Sandstorm to go back to go to Earth. That'd be nice, because we do plan on going to Earth at some point in this series. And considering the series is only, you know, going on for like the year, we're kind of getting to the end of that year, aren't we? Okie dokie, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bring this up for a second. I'm gonna unweld this and this. I'm gonna turn those into these blocks, kind of. I guess I'll have them go forward like that. And we're eventually just gonna have this go straight down into the earth right there, or into the Europa, I guess. Actually, what I might do is instead of having this, I might build one of these, just because I like to have little containers around every now and then to help with, you know, whenever I need materials, I can just grab them. All right, there's that, and there is that. We no longer need these. Cool. And do I go ahead and make the connection now? I guess I could. We'll go straight down from here. Make sure we don't accidentally destroy that. We're gonna go under it. And we'll just go straight down until we reach, you know, some block or something. There it is. So what that means is all I have to do is bring this block around here. Okay, that should be the connection into that thing up there. So let's get these welded up. I'm gonna right click on all of these guys. And this should only take a second because we have our container right here. So we can very easily just grab this stuff and get to welding. This is why I like having containers just everywhere in the base, because anywhere you need to grab stuff, it's just right there. Okay, this should be our last one that we have to get. And there we go. So that should now be this all connected. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this block here because I wanna do something with this. So let me just right click mine out a little bit of this stuff here. And then because I like making things look nice, I'm gonna actually put a ladder in here because I think that's gonna look pretty cool. There we go. Ladder shaft going all the way down will look pretty nice, I think. So let's grab some energy real quick. Actually, we can grab a little bit of energy faster going inside the AMG Sandstorm here. All right, okay. So we now have a ladder that goes all the way down into the hangar down here. Can I survive that? Wow, I don't even take any damage. I added this nice little catwalk on this front side so that you can't actually get in from any of those other, or get out from any of those areas. So I think that looks pretty cool. And it's very nice to finally have a path down, because I don't think we had a way down. I think the only way down that we had, oh, actually, we haven't even built this up, have we? We were planning to have a way down from there, but we don't. So yeah, that's currently the only way up and down from the top here, unless you want to like just jump all the way down. But yeah, okay, so now we have that. And this right here is going to be our weapon of mass destruction. So let's get a T-junction here, because I think what we're gonna do is a double sort of thing. So we'll do something like this. Actually, we don't want a T, no, we do want a T-junction just facing this way. So T-junction like that, and then we want to get our railgun pieces on here. So the giant railgun is massive, by the way. I don't think we can just put it right here, because I think it'll take up too much space if we do like that. Be like railgun, kind of like that, which is just, you know, very large. These are going to end up being very, very large guns. That's the thing. I think this would look fine if this were back a couple blocks. Like, I don't want it to cross... Actually, I probably don't want it to cross this. So how many blocks would I have to go back to? So 1, 2, 3... Maybe we go back 4 blocks and then build it on that. And that wouldn't look so bad if it was like all the way back there. All right, what do we think of that? I think that's a lot better, being about that far back. If it turns all the way this way, it won't hit this because its radius, let's look at it from up here. Its radius would be about that right there. So it's still fine. It won't hit that. It's high enough that it won't hit these either. I think it's probably a block higher than this stuff. Yeah, okay, I think this is perfect. So this is what our gun is gonna look like. It's massive, by the way, but it's gonna be fine. But as for this, I'm gonna want to be able to walk this way. Walk this way. All right, I think that's gonna be pretty good right there as a starting base. So let's copy this onto the other side while we have it here, and then we can get going with what's gonna be like the kind of housing for this, which is gonna be kind of like a dome sort of look. So let's at least get this part onto the other side. All right, consider it copied. Well, more or less. This one started to fall a little bit, but anyway, yeah, we've copied it. I'm gonna put some normal blocks right here. There we go. But it's basically the same thing on this side as it is on that side. We've got the connection all connected. That took a long time. It's connecting all the way to the bottom right there because we didn't have a hanger that had a connection. I guess we could have connected directly to there, but I think it was a little easier just to go all the way down right there. But anyway, yeah, now we need to build up the shell of this thing. So let me get, well, I guess let's do this one first, and then we'll do that one. So the shell of this is going to be interesting. How do I want to do this? I mean, we could do something like this. And then it's going to... So this part right here is going to be static. This is not going to turn. Everything above that's going to turn. So it'll be like this. And I think that still works, right? If I set this to turn a bunch. Yeah, this works. So yeah, we can have this be like the static bit of shell. And that's gonna come over this way. And I want it to be rather large. Should cover most of the turret here. So maybe like that big right there. And then like replicate that on both sides. So let's do it on this side as well, see what that looks like. I'm gonna need to get some more power in a second. All right, what do we think of this being like the shell, just like the bottom part of the gun, kind of like the base of it right there. I don't think that looks that bad. And then the rest of it would be the turning part. Maybe... How many blocks are you out forward? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many about you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe I bring this back 1 block. There we go. With the entire thing built up, that right there would be the base of this gun, which means it's, you know, quite large. It really is, but I think that would be fine. And then we'll have kind of more of a dome shape on the top that's going to actually spin with it. Okay, I'm still working out how I want this thing to look, but this is what I've got so far. It's kind of a little tough to see because none of it's actually welded up yet, but I'm working out. So we have kind of these slots for the weapons to come down in, and then we've got this interior section where it kind of fits to this bit right here. So it should work how I want it to work. But I'm still working it out a little bit. I think this might get a little bit wider, but I'm gonna redo the base as well to kind of fit this also. Okay, if I mirror the bottom part to look like the top part, this is what it would end up looking like. And then if I start turning it around, let's see what it would look like there. So if it's turning around, it would kind of end up looking like that, which isn't bad. It's gonna look pretty good. So when it's pointing straight, it's gonna look like just a normal dome. And then when it's turned, it's gonna definitely look turned. Like it's gonna look a little weird, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, this is going to be a huge pain in the butt to weld, but it shouldn't be too hard because we have plenty of steel plates. These are all light armor, by the way. We're not using heavy armor on this guy, which might be a mistake, but I think hopefully it's not. Okay, let's you know what? Let's get the base welded because I think I'm good with everything we have in the base so far. I kind of like how it is situated, and I'm pretty much good with what we have on the dome as well. What's that over there? Independent contractor is really far away. But yeah, I'm pretty much good with everything we've got, I think. I really like the design. So let's get the base welded up completely, and then we'll move on from there. All right, let's hop inside the barista here, and let's get that stuff welded now that we know what the design's gonna be. So let's hop into our welder cargo, and let's make sure we have plenty of steel plates, because that's really the main thing we're gonna need here. We're not really gonna weld up the railguns themselves quite yet. So I'm just fine taking a bunch of steel plates. Let's hop out of here and let's get going. Oh my gosh, it looks gargantuan, but I kind of like it. Look crazy. Anything we weld here is going to save us a lot of time that we don't have to weld by hand. I will try and weld anything we can, actually. Because a lot of this stuff is going to stay as is. I wonder if I could sneak into here. I think the barista's small enough to get inside here, actually. Yeah, no problem. Let's try and sneak our way over here and get a little bit of this welded up here. We've got to be a little careful because it's a tight squeeze, but I don't really have much of a problem. Okay, heading out of there. We got quite a bit of this done. Actually, I see some blocks I can weld right here as well. And we could sneak over to the other one as well, and I think there should be a couple blocks we can weld there too. Let's weld these up as well while we're here. Not gonna waste a good weld run. And then we could sneak over here and try and get a couple of these done. We only have 28% hydrogen, but we're close enough to the base that it doesn't really matter. And worst case, we can put down and just refill with some ice. Okay, as we're a little bit low on hydrogen, I'm not going to worry about getting that other little bit that I missed. Let's go and refill. And we'll work a little bit more on the design. We just need to get blocks. We pretty much have the design done. We just need to get blocks placed. There we go. Connect the barista right there, and let's head on over. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of this built right here. We're pretty much going to... I mean, we could do something like... Oh, that's not the one I want. I want number 4. We could do something like this. And then, what would fit there? Probably one of these. Thinking probably this guy. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. And then him, I think. And then him. I don't know why I'm gendering blocks. That's weird. There we go. Should be some tiny ones I can put right there. Perfect. Okay, we're on Operation Weld, and I've got the entire base for this one set up, so we're gonna weld up all of that, and I've got a little bit more of the base set up for this one. It's good to be doing this one first, because then we can just kind of do this one so that it's really easy to weld. We do one layer, then the next layer, then the next layer. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the barista, and let's get back to welding. This is gonna be a very long episode, I have a feeling. I got a feeling. Ooh. Oh my god, okay, I don't know what that was. That this is gonna be... Ow. I whacked something and something's on fire. What did I whack? Probably the O2H2 generator. Yeah, I destroyed the O2H2 generator. By the way, I cut it out, but we used the Macchiato Grande to mine out this area. So, I think at some point we're gonna need to make a Barista Mark II and give it more hydrogen storage, because that is the big problem with the Barista. The Barista can carry stuff. It can carry plenty. But the hydrogen storage is a bit lacking. Okay, let's go ahead and land right here. Pop. Okay, and we'll get the second layer set up for this. So I believe for the second layer, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, with the Barista, I was able to weld up most of the base for this one, so you can actually see what it looks like for the base of the turret. And I think that looks pretty good, actually. I kind of like how it comes kind of down on the sides. I feel like that ship over there crashed. Whatever that is, all those ships, I don't know, they've just kind of been sitting there. But yeah, now that we have that there, we need to build up the dome part of it, which shouldn't be hard because we have a good indicator over here for what it's gonna look like. So here's what I'll do. I'll try and weld up the railgun with the Barista. I don't know if I have the superconductors for it, because they do require superconductors, and those are expensive. Let's do a quick check here, see if we have superconductors lying around. We have 106. I'm gonna want to make a couple more. I set a bunch of steel plates for production, by the way. Are the helpers helping out? Let's get the helpers to stop trying to make those. We don't actually have the cobalt for this right now. Okay, let's see if we can get enough stuff for the railguns. Plop. It's not able to get a couple superconductors. Well, actually it is able to get most of the stuff. Not able to get a couple metal grids is the problem, because we're completely out of metal grids. So I need to bring over some cobalt. Maybe I'll grab some gold as well. So cobalt, how much cobalt can I hold? Well, actually I can hold quite a bit of cobalt. Maybe I'll grab some gold then too while I'm at it. We will just put this inside here, and that should let us do those, because we have a little bit of gold. We don't have enough gold, but we have a little bit. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Let's get as much of this as we can. Should be able to build up those railguns with what we have. I think we have enough superconductors. Unfortunately, once we build up these railguns, the reavers are gonna be like, ooh, their threat score is a lot higher now. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Luckily that we can't build them quite yet, so. But the reason I put these down right here is because this turns, so I wanna be able to build stuff under it, like a seat or, you know, batteries or something. So these are heavy armor panels so that I can actually get under, and I can build stuff under too. I need steel plates to build, but you know, I could build stuff under here. So I can have like a little area under here. I can even put some lights under here if I want to, anything like that, and have like a little walkway. Now they're heavy armor because I don't want things to shoot through them. Okay, I think that's really coming along. I really like how it goes in like that, and then when it goes around, that should look a little nicer. But yeah, you can kind of see what we're going for here with the under area, where you can actually kind of go under here. Now I guess I could even put up a window there or something, so you could see out, but I don't know. Okay, we were finally able to make enough superconductors to build up both of these railguns on this side, not those ones over there, but we almost have the entire casing done. We just have to do the outsides right here. So I'm gonna park this guy. Oh, actually, I guess I can weld up this bit right here. Yeah, we're getting there. We almost have one of the railguns completely done. It's taking a very long time to do, but we're gonna get it done this episode. We're gonna have these railguns functional. I know I'm gonna cut out a lot of this building stuff, because we're pretty much just going back and forth with the barista, filling it up, you know, getting a bunch of steel plates and stuff. But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, these are the last few blocks of the first one. So with this, we have the first turret done. Okay. So yeah, all this needs is a turret controller and I think a camera, and we should be good for this to actually work. Actually, you know what? Here's what I think we're gonna do. We're only gonna work on this first turret. In this episode, we're gonna get this one turret right here completely done, and then we'll do the other one off camera. But I think I wanna do a little bit more tweaking to this, because I think the way I have it, the turret can aim any which direction. But what I think we're gonna do instead is make it so that it will only be able to aim here, and then all the way, it'll be able to aim straight up to about there, and then from here on, it'll be covered. I think that's not a bad idea. Kind of like that. So I'm gonna redesign a little bit of this. All right, there we go. So I think that's gonna be the first one right there. So we've got the base, which is looking pretty nice. Then we've got the top part right there. So I've made it one directional instead of going both ways. It now has a clear front and back right there, which I think makes it look a lot better. So it can actually, you know, go all the way down to the front of this thing. It can aim forward, and it can aim all the way up basically. And then if it wants to aim the other way, you basically have to spin the whole thing around. But since this is going to be controlled by AI, I think it won't have too much trouble with that. So I think we're going to give this a max angle. So I'm gonna say -10 is going to be its lowest. So it can go all the way back to -10, which is just a little bit back that way, like that. And then it can go, I guess I'll weld that up, and then it can go all the way forward as well. So if I give it like a max velocity forward like that, we can say it goes all the way forward. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with this first turret. It looks pretty good from the outside, I think. We still need to paint it a little bit, but most of the stuff is done. So we've got a little staircase on the inside right here, and we can go up to the top level right here. We're getting a little bit of freezes every now and then, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But we have windows in here. Now this is of course the section of the thing that turns. So if I give it a velocity of, I don't know, something like that, you'll see that the windows do turn around, but you know, anywhere on this interior section should be fine. We've got little windows that we can see where the turret's aiming, which is kind of neat, I think. And then we've got little stairs right here, which are sometimes accessible, you know, depending on where this thing is. But if you need to get up here to do maintenance, this is like a little maintenance section right here with a nice little red light to go with it. Still freezing every now and then, but yeah, sometimes it's a little bit of a death trap right there, depending on which way the turret is angled. But, you know, that's what it looks like when it's turning around. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a neat looking beefy turret. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. So, but I'm gonna cut out all of that. So let's just go ahead and basically duplicate that, weld up everything. So I'll see you guys in a second when we have both of them actually welded up. Building it up layer by layer is kind of tedious, but I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty cool while it's being built up. Look at that. And I'm making a couple of differences, well, I was gonna say additions, but yeah, differences really with how this one's done. I'll show you guys at the end, but it's gonna look a little bit different. Not that different, but you know, just a couple of small differences. All right, let's keep building. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen delivery. We got to move these refrigerators. And I went down, down, down to the burning ring of fire. All right, finally the second turret is done. Well, not really done. I don't have enough gold to get these actual railguns up and running, but everything else is done about it. Some slight differences are it has more windows than the other one. It's got one more window because of a slight difference in design. It's also got this thing right there, which the other one doesn't have. And then if we go up to the top, it's got the same sort of stairs thing up here, but then it's got a little corridor along the side with a little bit of stowage, a little light in here where you can actually just kind of go around. And if the turret's aimed up, you can go under there if you need to do some maintenance or whatever. It's got another one on the other side too. So those are the slight differences. The only thing this thing is missing is going to be a turret controller. So we're going to add a turret controller, and we're getting, you know, every now and then we're getting a couple of lag jumps, which is kind of annoying, but I think it's just on account of the grid being massive. This whole base is just huge. But yeah, let's put our turret controller, I don't know, maybe under the stairs. Doesn't seem like a bad spot. There we go. We'll toss a turret controller right there, and I'll just go ahead and right click that, grab all the stuff we need. And perfect, there we go. For our turret controller, I'm gonna need to name all the places, like all the railguns, the rotors, the hinges, and the cameras. So give me a second to do that, and I'll come back once the everything's named and the turret controller is set up. Okay, this is the coolest thing. This is what it looks like when I'm aiming the railguns. This is so cool. Bzzz, target locked. This is so awesome. Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah, this is the railgun aiming reticle. Now, usually I will not be firing this thing. This will be fired by the AI, but this is really neat. I like it. Dangerous river encounter. Dangerous railgun activated. I love it. Okay. Anyway, yes, this is what we wanted. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 2 new railguns. Actually, painting them I should probably do. I'm gonna paint this bottom part a nice, I think, concrete color. And then the top part I will paint a different color. I don't know, maybe I go with like something like this. Let's see what this looks like. I should be able to control shift middle mouse button these. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad if I make them red. There we go. What do you guys think about that? Giving it a nice blue camo, kind of like this. It kind of goes around with the ground color there. I think that looks pretty good. So we've got this concrete base right here holding it up, and then we got the blue camo sort of thing as the color. I think that looks pretty good. We of course should make sure that we have some railgun sabos on the base. So let's check these. So yeah, these have loaded themselves with railgun sabos. I'll go into my ammo container right here. And it looks like we have plenty of large railgun sabos, which is perfect. Let's check out our batteries, because these things do eat up a lot of power. Where are our base batteries? Oh, I guess it wouldn't. So these are our base batteries. Yeah, they have eaten a lot of power. But if this power goes down too low, we'll start processing ice. We have plenty of ice that we got set up at the start of this episode. Let me check these. I want to see, because it took me like many hours to try and get all this stuff set up. Okay, so it looks like we've processed all of the ice that we were able to get. Did we ever send this guy back on its missions? I don't know that we did. So I guess we'll just tell it to go do its thing. But anyway, I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. We have 2 like huge new additions to the base, which are these. I mean, they might be a little bit of eyesores, but I don't know. I think they look kind of cool. These 2 massive railgun turrets, one of which is set up and one of which is waiting on the gold. Next time a reaver attacks us, we're gonna have some choice words to say to them with these guys. This is probably the longest episode of the series by far. So we started off by doing a complete overhaul of the Joshua Wilson. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Joshua Wilson Transport Mark II there. Oh, this has so much ice that it's actually letting out ice. Okay, well, it's a good thing we sent this thing on its mission then. Yeah, we started off with a complete overhaul of this thing. We then did a lot with the ice over here by getting a nice hydrogen storage over here so that we can store all of the hydrogen that we make. And then we built these giant railgun turrets so that the next reaver that attacks us is going to have a really, really bad day. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and leave a comment letting me know what you want to see in the next episode. Off camera, I'm probably going to do a little bit of work on making these look a little bit nicer. And next episode, I'm thinking we're going to do an AMG Sandstorm build episode. Hopefully we can get this thing in ship shape. But anyway, that's it for this one. And I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.